Hi everyone, welcome back if you're returning. My name's Amelia. So today's reading is a career reading and I've been thinking about how to structure these. So I was initially going to do like a big one-off in-depth reading, and then I thought, no, let me do several based on the common questions that I see in the comment sections and also that people ask me in personal readings. So today's reading is, how does your boss see you? I know not everyone is employed, some people are self-employed, so I thought I could also do like how do your clients see you, especially if you're interested in attracting maybe more new, different kinds of clients, you know. And then other ones like what's coming in next with work, what other opportunities are there out there, and also if you're not currently in work for whatever reason but maybe you're thinking about returning, you know. So a series of different readings over time, interspersed probably between the love readings. So this is what we have for today. Is there anything else that I was going to say? I feel like there is and I've forgotten it, but if I remember I will tell you. Okay, so let's see, highest and best. Whoa, 10 of Pentacles. Okay, I mean, that's a good start. Highest and best messages, please, for my viewers. How does their boss see them? Page of Cups reversed popping out there. I will put that back and keep that in mind. So, for my viewer, please, how does their boss see them? I will say this, I think the opinion, the perspective, the thoughts, the feelings that your boss has towards you, well, I shouldn't say the feelings towards you, but the perception they hold of you, it's a little complex. So already I can tell you that they think you are a multi-dimensional person, kind of this real force to be reckoned with, but it's almost this contrast between sometimes appearing as the magician, wow, yeah, and sometimes as like a page of cups. I don't know. I'm wondering if it's the circumstances you're finding yourself in, if there's room for you to really be this magician. Okay, Seven of Swords, that's interesting. How does my viewer's boss view them, see them? Queen of Cups, the Moon reversed. Two of Wands reversed. For some of you, with the Seven of Swords, Two of Wands reversed, this is a very specific message, but they could be looking at you and thinking that perhaps you're applying for other positions, or you might leave, or you might be about to, you know, apply for other positions. It's like you're going somewhere, but you're trying to keep it quiet. Ace, look at that. Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed. Queen of Swords, King of Pentacles. Yeah, this is complex. Four of Wands reversed, and there's the Magician again, third time. Eight of Pentacles reversed. I have to say, I'm quite surprised at how much thought your boss gives to you as a person. And I don't mean that to sound rude or insulting, but it does seem to me that this is someone who is really spending time trying to figure you out. I don't know, maybe I've just never been interested enough in my colleagues, or like, you know, I don't know, but they're really dedicating time to this. Okay. So I'm looking here. We've got obviously 2 rows, 4 columns, and I feel that we've got a couple of columns that are your energy, at least how your boss is viewing you, and a couple that is either them or somebody else or other people. Either way, even if you were to click off this reading now, the one thing I can tell you is they think that you're a lot more powerful, a lot more capable than you let on, and because of that they're assuming you might be getting up to things that you're not sharing. So for example, you know, you're still keeping your eye open for opportunities, other positions. And I mean, I think that's a fairly normal thing. Sometimes, you know, I mean, sometimes we can be in a phase when we're in a work situation where it's fine, you know, we're not looking for anything, we're just getting on with it. At other times we might be sending out CVs or whatever, you know, that's a normal thing. Right, let's get more into this. Who's who, what's going on? Yeah, the Hierophant reversed, the Knight of Swords reversed. They feel like there's something you're not sharing, and I don't know if it's true or if they assume this because they're saying you're the magician, you must be doing something, up to something, creating something quietly. For some of you, this is a person who thinks so much, you know, this is a boss, a manager who thinks so much about you, trying to figure you out because they might in a way almost be feeling like, are you coming for their job or something? Okay. Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords, reverse. Let's see. They also feel that you have a high emotional intelligence. You somehow manage to avoid conflict or arguments. It's not to say that you're never involved in tense situations or delicate situations or situations in which you have to consider other people's egos, or maybe maneuver within a group of people with very different personalities, but it's like somehow you manage to do it without ending up in the middle of any drama or conflict or anything like that. Four of Cups. Okay. Queen of Cups, Queen of Swords. I mean, what a balance, right? The Queen of Cups, high emotional intelligence. Queen of Swords, high mind, brain intelligence. And knowing when to... Again, the Magician is like, I'm knowing how and when and where to draw on which particular influence. I think your boss also feels that they can't really have any secrets from you. Like there are things that they don't want to reveal until they're ready, but it's like somehow when they reveal it to you, to the team, to whoever, it's like you're not really surprised, or you might have a sense of what's coming up before they bring it up. So let's say there's a meeting scheduled and you might mention something before you've had the meeting, and they were thinking, you know, they've been thinking for the last 6 weeks, oh, in this particular meeting I'm going to raise such and such a point, and then you've just gone and asked them about it beforehand. Six of Pentacles. You're somebody they look at who acts already, you act like you are a boss, their boss, the manager. Maybe you are, maybe you manage people or something like that, and then you have someone who you report back to who's your manager. You know, it could be that way. If that's the case, they see you as doing incredibly well in that position. If you're not officially a manager or managing a team or anything like that, they understand that you have the qualities to be doing this through maybe experience, nature, personality. As I said, this really healthy balance between emotional IQ being high and intelligence IQ. So in terms of personality traits, how you deal with people, how you interact with people, very fair, very balanced, very compassionate, but because it's the workplace, not excessively so. It's tempered with the Queen of Swords. It's like you're a manager, you're a boss in every sense of the word except for official title. Now, depending on who this person is, they might think, oh, that's great, I'm so lucky to be having you as part of my team or working with you, or they could be threatened by it. And I think it's 50-50, and you will know your boss and you will have a strong sense of maybe which side they fall on. Whereas they're looking at themselves and they're saying, I am the boss officially, King of Pentacles, it's on my CV, it's on the door of my office or whatever. And yet they're really eyeing up your skills here, maybe perhaps thinking they should take a leaf out of your book, or they could learn something from you. Ace of Wands. See, that's what I mean. If they have a great idea, they're thinking about it, planning it behind the scenes, or preparing the right way to bring it up, and somehow you've already intuitively sensed what they're going to talk about. Yeah, look at that Page of Swords. It's like they think somehow you just know things. Maybe in some cases you know who to ask, what sort of things to look up, how to do your research here. And in other cases, it's like it just seems to them, at least, that you just intuitively somehow know, like you've almost read their mind. What else, please? Ten of Swords reversed. If you do leave, if you are, yeah, look at that Page of Wands. If you are looking for a new job, if you are looking to go somewhere else or move into a different department, or however it works for you, wherever you work, they would be sad. Whether they're jealous of, oh, that came out of nowhere. Okay, for some of you, this boss could be a little jealous of maybe how people get on with you, how they like you, how you're able to maneuver. So whether they fall on the side of the fence that, yeah, they're a bit threatened and jealous, or they're just in admiration and grateful to have you working with them, they would be sad if you leave, because they'd understand it would be a loss to the team or the company, that you're going to be replaced, and God knows who by. So they wouldn't want you to go, or if you are going, they will be sad. Okay, if you work, the people you work with outside of this particular boss, if you don't really get on with them, or you sort of think differently, or yeah, there's something about you avoiding chaos, rising above, or circling around chaos. If there's like a Five of Swords, Five of Wands sort of energy with your colleagues, this manager, this boss absolutely sees this and sees that you're trying to stay separate, and that you may really find it a turn off, and that may be one of the key things that's possibly getting you to look in a different direction and see what else is out there. Okay, why is the Eight of Pentacles reversed? Is there anything else, please? Any other messages here for this card? Seven of Cups reversed. Yeah, it's like you have options, whether you're looking or not. You definitely are someone who could do so many different things in so many different places. Okay, so I want to dig a little deeper into this Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed message here. I don't think we've got everything we could. We have the Tower, as I've split the deck, Knight of Cups. I knew this Knight of Cups was going to come out, because I was already... Okay, so here's the thing. For some of you, yeah, okay, your boss could have romantic feelings for you. And we do have the Shark underneath, and this could be someone who's saying, this is not a good road to go down. Look, it would bring in a Tower. And maybe that's why we've got this secret energy, and with this Four of Cups, it's like he's not even turning to look at the opportunity at the cup, because maybe he's saying, I can't, I shouldn't. And perhaps they get a feeling from you that, in some other cases, that it absolutely wouldn't be welcome for you. Work and romance are completely separate things. I could also look at this as though they might feel that you have... Remember I was talking about that Page of Cups earlier, that there are two very different sides to you. Very powerful, experienced, whatever age you are, or however much actual experience you have in the work environment, and this sort of dreamy romantic quality, but you don't show it very often. Okay. Let's see, what else? Seven of Swords, Ace of Swords reversed. What's going on here? The Star in reverse, Temperance reversed, Knight of Swords is reversed again. Oh, okay, what else? Two of Swords reversed, the Emperor in reverse, Knight of Pentacles, Justice. For some of you, yeah, that's a really strong message. I don't want to make you uncomfortable. I guess it depends how you feel about your boss, but for some of you, there is a message here that they may have some romantic feelings that they're trying to keep to themselves because they think it wouldn't be fair, right, appropriate. Maybe in some cases there's an actual contract in place saying it's not allowed whatsoever. Okay, let's keep going. It's going to get messy. I'll put these to one side. This feels like a message, so it's a collective message. Obviously, only bits and pieces might resonate, or it might not resonate at all, but this feels like a message where the collective energy we're tapping into, it's like you have this boss who's very perceptive, very observant, but they're not doing much. They're not saying much maybe to you directly. So I think they can see your strengths. They can also see your potential. They can also see the ways in which you're dissatisfied, but they're just sitting watching. It's not like they're saying, oh, I have plans to you know, send the team on some kind of training so they can get along better or whatever. Maybe that's an idea that's brewing with that Ace of Wands, you know, offering up some change or restructure or promotion, or, but for now it feels like sitting, observing, watching. So just a heads up, well, not really even a heads up, but just a side note in case you were wondering, I do think they are specifically observing the things that you're doing, how you're showing up. They're noticing, basically, in case you were wondering, whether that's in, you know, maybe you've been doing really good work, or you've been pulling your weight and everyone else's and you're wondering, have they noticed? I do think they have. Okay, so let's see, Lenormand deck. Whoa, oh no, I'm gonna get told off by YouTube. I forgot about that. Okay. So we have the woman here. So yeah, in some cases we could say definitely romantic feelings, but this gives me Empress, you know, Empress vibes here. So they definitely see you. Honestly, again, it's like you're either you are yourself a manager, a boss, or something like that, and then they're your boss, or they know. It's like they know you're this. You know, she sort of looks like royalty here. It's like you're already the queen or the king. You just haven't been officially given the crown, but they know it. Everyone knows it. So they're either feeling like, in truth, you're as capable as them. You're on the same level as them. You could do their job easily, and that's fine. Or, you know, if they're very secure, or they're feeling threatened by that, which is maybe why they're observing you so intensely. What else? Let's see, what is this? Are you kidding? It's the same thing in this deck, and they're both the number 29. We have 2 cards for the woman, 2 cards for the man. We have both here. So do you see what I mean? It's like strong feminine energy as well. So whether you're a woman or a man watching this, it's like, again, you don't go bulldozing into a situation, pointing the finger and saying, you do this, you do that, getting everyone's backs up. It's like you genuinely read a room, you understand how to work with people, and you earn their genuine respect. Okay, what else? Very intuitive as well. What's this? A key. We have 2 red roses here. I don't know if that's significant. Number 33. And we have a ship. Wow, we have 29, 29, and then we have 33 and another 3. So 333 could be important, but look at that ship. It's like, you know, if we think of 3 as manifestation in tarot, moving on, the ship, yeah, they might think you're going to move on. You're looking for another opportunity. Let's see what the book has to say about this key / open bird cage. Okay. Key. Discoveries and solutions are my forte. You will find me in synchronicities, signs, and fate. When I land close to you, know that you have the means and the answers to what is troubling you. Look to my right. Ooh, so we have the ship. I point to what is highly important or what needs to be solved. Solved. Wow, I wonder if part of your work is buying and selling or something like that. But yeah, honestly, this boss is watching you very closely because they think, you know, you're up to something with the Magician. You're going to leave, you're applying for other things, you're manifesting something. But again, there's something about, you're so intuitive, you just know things. You just, maybe you're very proactive and you know things that they were going to ask you to do or to make changes to things, and you sort of just do it beforehand. Okay. Oh, I have one more deck here. Okay, what else, Spirit? How else, please, does my viewer's boss view them? And I can't look. I mean, we've got one lady here with her robe very much half open for some reason. I'm not sure why. We have another with a rose. Then we have this card with a rose. For some of you, yeah, there's definitely a romantic edge. Again, if it makes you uncomfortable to know that, I would say just ignore it, because they may not say or do anything because they're uncomfortable with it. And, you know, gosh, if they're being inappropriate, please do what you need to do. Don't, you know, I know in some situations it's more difficult than others. I don't care if this boss is a woman, is a man, whatever. That's not okay. Okay, so what else, please? Yeah, indigo and crystal children. You have a bond with children. In particular, you can help children who are sensitive. Oh my gosh, do you know what I got when I read you have a bond with children? It's that they see you, honestly, on the same level as them, and they look at maybe your colleagues. Again, there's 5 of Wands, this chaotic nonsense, petty energy. They might be saying this is you, and these are your peers, your colleagues, and compared to you, they behave like children. But again, you know, being an indigo or crystal child, there's something very intuitive about you. Relationship harmony. So for me, that's that same message. Oh, we can move this now. But, you know, before, it's like you know how to get on with different people. Arguments and conflicts are being resolved now. Exactly. You just somehow get around arguing, and it's not that you're running away from arguments. I think if you need to, you know, have a dispute with someone, you will, even though you might prefer not to. It's just that it's a feeling of, I'm just not interested. That's nonsense. It doesn't concern me. I'm just not getting involved. And if I do need to get involved, I'll find a way to smooth things over so we can just get back to whatever we're doing. I'm not getting involved to just join in. Yeah, again, look, sensitivity. This is crazy. You are extra sensitive to energies and emotions right now. Honor yourself and your feelings. I can't emphasize this enough. This boss really sees that you can read a room. Maybe they're saying to themselves, gosh, are you psychic? Are you intuitive? Maybe they don't even think in those terms. Maybe they're just like, why do you, or how do you have such a great way with people? You seem to get on with everyone. Bill from accounting, Susan from marketing, like I don't know. Everybody, it's like you just know how to click with people. And the Magician, maybe you're quite adaptable, so you also can bring out different sides of yourself depending on who you're speaking with or what the situation is. And there's a feeling of you always know more than you're saying. And again, depending on if this is someone who is secure or insecure. If they're secure, it's a curiosity, like what is going on in that brain? I feel like it's something juicy and I'd really like to ask. If they're insecure, they might worry, are you scheming against me? Are you plotting against me? Do you know something about me that you're going to, you know, use to get my job or something? Maybe, you know, in that case, perhaps this boss is a little shady. Let's get one more. Teaching and learning. I know I said one, but I want this as well. And you know what to do. Yeah, okay, so do many people look at you as a teacher? Are you actually a teacher or a mentor or something like that? Yeah, keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. Okay, so maybe you're always, you know, learning from situations around you, interactions, experiences. Maybe you do a lot of, if there are options for courses of study, training, things like that, you're signing up all the time, always evolving, always learning. Remember, we have that Queen of Swords as well as the Queen of Cups. you know what to do. Yeah, hermit vibes. It's like you just know. You know intuitively, you know emotionally, you know intellectually. I mean, look at all of these cards here. This looks like somebody who is in a leadership position. So you can see why this is a boss that looks at you and understands you have all of the traits and qualities to do their job or their boss's job, you know? And it's like people want to follow you, they want to be led by you, they want to work with you or for you, they want to be around you, they want to hear what you have to say. There's a feeling of appreciation and respect. And maybe half the time you're just trying to mind your own business. I'm seeing that a lot here as well, that people genuinely like you. They may come to you and say, oh, such and such has happened, you know, what do you think I should do? How do you think I should handle this? Or what would you do first? You know, what's the first step you would take? There's a real feeling you're looking for something, you're waiting for something. Yeah, it's like you've got something on your mind that you're not sharing. You know something, or you're planning something. Let me just get one more card. Oops. Hierophant reversed. 5 of Cups reversed. Yeah, it's just this feeling of, are you going to go off somewhere else because it feels like the people around you are not on your level? And there's something, you know, 29, what are the chances of getting the 2 cards here for the woman, same numbers, and then 33 and a 3? There's something about you that's very knowing. And again, this is either going to be a boss that is intrigued by this, curious, doesn't have a problem with it, sees the value benefit in it, or is like, that's a bit weird. I feel like you can see all my secrets and I don't like that because I'm insecure and hiding stuff or something. So pretty tight message here today. Just thinking, what else? Yeah, so they're watching, observing, wondering what your next move is going to be. If you are looking for a new position and you do leave, they're absolutely going to feel your absence. I would even say, as a side note, if you're wondering, should I go off somewhere else or should I push for something more in my current position, you know, pay rise, bonus, promotion, whatever it is, I think if you haven't already, it might be worth bringing it up with this manager, this boss, because if they understand the alternative is you're going to leave, I think they will want to keep you. So maybe it might be best if you have an offer in your pocket from somewhere else, so you can say, look, it's either or. I'm not playing games here. Maybe don't phrase it like that. But like, I'm serious. It's not about what's the word? Not bargaining. Oh gosh, when you go back and forth, it's not about negotiating. It's either you can offer this to me, or you can make room for this, or I will actually just accept this other offer. So let me know. You know, I think they may try to keep you if you do want to stay. Okay, so I'll leave this here. Thank you for watching. I hope this helped, or I hope it was just interesting, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.